What's up? What's going on, people? It's the BQF, Black Quarterback Forum YouTube channel, blackqbsineffect.com website. What's going on? Well, preseason's over, right? So the regular season is what? Next Thursday, September 5th, I believe it will be. See that jersey in the background? Yeah, yep. Hell, you can't see. Yeah, there's Lamar. It's hanging up. It's hanging up. They go at it. Anyway, so a quick summarization of preseason, right? This is how I see preseason. There was a saying out there. For older people, you may be familiar with it. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. Okay, you flip that for preseason football. Believe none of what you see and half of what you hear. Now, don't get me wrong. These young cats went out there. These young quarterbacks from Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Drake May. They all went out there and looked good. Michael Penix Jr., right? Skip to my lot through the tulips with the plain vanilla defenses. There was a little bit of blitzing, but not what they're going to see for those that will start week one in the NFL. I think that's Jane Daniels, Caleb Williams. Obviously, Michael Penix Jr. is not going to start for the Falcons. And I think the Patriots announced that Jacoby Brissett will start. So, but anyway, once they do get their chance, we'll see how really good they are. Okay. With that being said, I mean, obviously the preseason is used for various reasons by teams to get players. Obviously, they need to make cuts and to find out who's really going to do what. But the veteran starters, we already know who they were for the most part, right? Well established. So with that being said, it's on to the regular season, baby. I know here I'm a little late, but it's a one-man show this year. This past week or so was leading up to my daughter's birthday, which was just yesterday. She turned 18, people, so she's official. I mean, she's got her own rights now, so I was happy. So it was a big lead up. And, I ain't too all that hyped about preseason, man. You get to see. I watched a lot of it, so. But anyway, had a lot of family things going on. I'm going to be rocking solo this year, baby, so I've been trying to find my voice, how much comedian I got in me, how much hardcore statistics that I go into, which I don't go too deep because I ain't got time to be researching and going back and back and back. I try to stay with the current trends and keep it moving. Obviously, we can reference years past and all that, but about right now is what we're talking about right here, right now. Okay? So, with that being said, there's going to be 16 black quarterbacks starting. I got them all written down right here because I ain't got all that big high tech. I can show you charts and graphs and all that. Obviously, I'm a little older, so I'm old school still, people. Everything I do is just one man operation. But we're going to have 16. That's right. 16 bona fide starters week one in the NFL. That's half of 32, right? Half. I know I make the joke about Tua. Hey, look, he's black, okay? I keep continuing to say it. Kamala Harris is black. With her Indian black ass. Tua's Hawaiian black, okay? So, quick pause for a moment. In all my videos going forward, I have been mentioning that I would give an excerpt from the book, which I think is amazing. It's the Bible for me. Rise of the Black Quarterback, What It Means for America by Jason Reed. Like I said, I've been on a hiatus. Well, not from life, but just reading and just dealing with my family and getting my daughter's birthday out the way. So I'm going to get back to reading. I can't wait to get into this next chapter, chapter 5, The Thinking Position. Woohoo! You know what that is, right? That's that free safety. No, it's the quarterback, people. So, can't wait to get to that chapter. As I've been saying, that's the Bible for me. I ain't the only one who been thinking about this. I just got a website, and I'm gonna talk about them every week, all the time, once the season gets starts. Back to my weekly videos, trying to get them posted on Wednesday before the Thursday game to get caught up on all the news. Because I do watch shows here and there, and I read a lot. I read more than I watch, from the professionals, which leads me, I got some things I'm going to go over about the professionals here in a moment. Okay, let me get back to it. 16 black quarterbacks. Let me run through them right quickly, just in case you only know about your favorite quarterback who ain't Patrick Mahomes. Okay, so in the NFC East, and this is in no particular order, people. I'm just wrote the names down. The ones that I was familiar with came to my mind first, and then so forth. So, Cowboys have Dak Prescott. Eagles have Jalen Hurts. Commanders have rookie Jaden Daniels. Packers have fifth year player, second year starter Jordan Love. Bears, rookie Caleb Williams. Panthers, second year Bryce Young. He needs to really, really have a good season. I mean, really, really good season. Geno Smith, Seahawks, veteran journeyman, still trying to prove it. And then here are the Cardinals, Kyler Murray, who personally I ain't got a lot of faith in that they're gonna win anything a whole lot. But hey, he's a brother. We're gonna talk about it. Those are the 8 starters. In the AFC, we have, of course, Patrick Mahomes with the Chiefs, Lamar Jackson. Got to win in the playoffs. Got to get to that conference championship. He did. You got to win. They're gonna hold that against him forever. Up and coming second year offensive rookie of the player last year, C.J. Stroud and the Texans. Tua Tagliova, the Hawaiian black guy for the Dolphins. We got second year man Anthony Richardson. He was hurt, I think week 5. Looks promising. He had some up and down play, in the preseason, but he's second year starter. The Browns, Deshaun Watson, who at this point it either win, you got to win consistently, or people ain't gonna have faith in you no more. Steelers, Russell Wilson, Mike Tomlin, my favorite coach because me and him look like each other. He black, I'm black. He always get a brother's second, third chances like no other coach in the NFL. If y'all don't realize that, then that's on you. But we'll see what Russ got over there in Pittsburgh, because we got Justin Fields standing over there. Like, I don't know if either one of these going, how far they gonna go. We're gonna see, people. It's gonna be fun. And then of course Jacoby Brissett. He started for the team that originally drafted him, so he's back to them, just holding a slot for Drake May, right? Who they believe is their guy in New England. So there you go. Those are the 16 people, the hot 16. So, and then totality with all the movement, I checked yesterday, I checked as closely as I could. We got 6 backups in the NFC East. That's Trey Lance at QB3 in Dallas, Hendon Hooker, QB2 in Detroit, Michael Penix Jr. Ooh, that boy look good. QB2 in Atlanta. Kirk Cousins, you better stay on your game, Kirk. He coming. Spencer Rattler, probably didn't know he was black. He's one of those black white guys too. QB3 in New Orleans. Joshua Dobbs, that guy just keeps going around the league. He's QB3 in, of all places, 49ers, San Fran. And then Marcus Mariota, he's going to be a perennial backup. He is one of those Hawaiian black guys. QB2 in for the Commanders. So that's 14 total in the NFC. And in the AFC, the backups, well, the Browns got rid of, I think, of Tyler Huntley. They only got 3 black quarterbacks now, still leading the league. They have Jameis Winston at QB2 and Dorian Thompson-Robinson at QB3. He was a rookie from last year, and we all know about Jameis. Famous Jameis! So, and then the Ravens have Josh Johnson. He's a journeyman, been in the league for a while. QB2. The Steelers, of course, Justin Fields. QB2. Patriots, Joe Milton. I got QB2. He's actually QB3 because, of course, Jacoby Drake May, and he's QB3. He might start one day. Who knows? And then the Jets, they got Tyrod Taylor. He is one of those perennial backups in the NFL, which is not a bad place to be. Tyrod done had some crazy injuries. You remember when he was in the Chargers and punctured his lung, and Herbert came along and he was gone. And before that, several stops. I mean, he's one of the few players, I think, the only quarterback, or maybe there could be a couple more that have played for both the Jets and the Giants. I got the Tyrod Taylor jersey from when he's with the Chargers. So, but anyway, we got Jordan Travis. He was just drafted this year, but it says out, and he's probably hurt in some way. I haven't looked into really research what his injury is, but he's the QB3 on the Jets, behind A. Ron and Tyrod Taylor. So even the Jets know the future is black, people. They know superstar A. Ron, who said there's 8 to 12 teams, and I'm going to use that all season long, baby. 8 to 12 teams, and your team probably ain't in that 8 to 12. So there's 7 backups. There's 15. So that's what we got. 29 total brothers in the league at starters and backups. I think that's like, historic, right? So that's what we got going on. And here's one of the fun things I think that I'm going to do throughout the season, right? I was looking up like professional, right? These people on TV who have all of the sources in the building, so forth and so on. They're professing to what they know every day, right? And then you got people, confessing and obsessing. Almost kind of interchangeable to a degree. But as football fans, I think you do all of those almost every day when it comes to your favorite team or teams you do not like, right? For instance, as a diehard fan, you're gonna profess about your team, right? You're gonna talk about them, and do you really mean it though? Because like, if you're a fan of the Raiders, keep bringing them up because they ain't gonna go far, or the Carolina Panthers, they ain't gonna go far either. Those are my two teams that might not have such great seasons based on the quarterback. One situation is white with Gardner Minshew. One situation is black with my man Bryce Young. So, but these people will profess, but do they really mean it? Probably not. And then that's the confessing part, confessionals. Like, nah, I don't really like them. I mean, I know you ain't going nowhere. I'm a Raider fan. I'm gonna cheer for them regardless. And the other video with my Georgetown hat, I get it. Diehard fans, you gonna cheer for your team to the. I get it. And you know what's funny to me? I'm sure a lot of people out there have the Fire Stick TV now and all that stuff, right? And you can jailbreak it. And I've done mine a couple different times. We still pay for some services, but I jailbroke it recently, and I got channels all across the country. And obviously, everybody does it all across the world, whatever. So I've been checking out the locals, right? Local ABC, NBC, CBS. Now that we leading up to the season, football is ingrained in communities like no other sport. So they make you really love the football team by what the football team does because they're billion-dollar corporations, right? Or high million, close to billion. They go out in the community, help schools, hospitals, and the players go out when they're not playing. So the community loves the football team. I get that. Whether the team wins 2 games or 15 games go on and win the Super Bowl, 14 or whatever. So I came across the Carolina local chat, and this is I think second after week 2 of preseason, before week 3, and I caught this guy, and he was going on about the Panthers. I was like, we're gonna have a great season. I was like, tell myself, what's changed with the quarterback situation there? In that division, I think the Falcons gonna come out, and y'all gonna leapfrog Tampa Bay with Baker Mayfield, and we'll see New Orleans with Derek Carr, which but I think Kirk Cousins is the best quarterback in that division, and I'm gonna run through that real quickly. But anyway, it was funny to me. So I understand the diehard mentality with football. I get it. You ain't gonna root against your team. You're not gonna definitely like the quarterback or another team. So I understand that. So and leads me to the third thing. Sometimes it becomes an obsession with people with these teams, right? Because it's no way that they're gonna win anything. But you just obsess them. Like me with the Georgetown Hoyas. I profess all day long about the old Hoyas, Patrick Ewing, Allen Iverson. But confession, they are horrible right now. They ain't won nothing. But hey, it's my team of all teams. Georgetown Hoyas, baby. Where's my little bobblehead? I'm actually in my office. I'm gonna do my full-on videos once the season starts. Here's my little bobblehead guy, Hoya. Bing. Look, it said 1982. Y'all can't see that, but that's the last time they won it, or 84. That's the last time. What's that? 40 years? 40 something people. 40. My math is right. So I get it in regards to being a diehard fan. Trust me. But I love this football stuff because I don't have a favorite team now. I got I got my Caleb Williams jersey coming. Ooh, I didn't have a Bear jersey. Check it out. I started to pull the trigger on that Justice Field, but I just couldn't do it. I was like, ugh. And then when all the hype came about them drafting Caleb Williams, I was like, okay, let me see what this young cat look like. And I mean, as a Bear fan, you gotta be ecstatic, right? See what he can do. So I'm there too. But black quarterback for him, baby. I snatched these jerseys up. It's what I like to do. I love rocking them. I love talking about black quarterbacks from where we came. So I ain't gonna get into all that right now. Once I get back to my book, then I'll share some more. So, but if you don't know, when I was a young kid, I'm 60 years old. I was born in 1964. So like first 10 years of football, I ain't see hardly no black quarterbacks. It was James Harrison. Marlon Briscoe was first as far as modern football goes. I don't remember him. He was 64 or 5. I got it on my website, the exact year. I don't remember him playing, to be honest, but I do remember James Harris, Joe Gilliam, and the ones that came after. Okay? So it was only 1, 2 at the time. For all you young cats out there now, you got 16. Okay? So that's what I'm talking about every week. Okay? The fact that black quarterbacks are here to stay, and dare I say, become dominant at some point in time. But anyway, I'm gonna play around with the professing, confessing, obsessing all season long because I think it's gonna be fun. Okay, because these people, Ooh, boy, I tell you, when it comes to their team in football, ooh, it's like you talking about somebody in their family. Okay, let's just run through these quarterbacks real quick, and I'll keep this video a little short here. Try to get it in under 20, 25 minutes. I don't know how long they're gonna run once the season starts. There's gonna be a lot to talk about. We got 16. So like each division, right? So like in the NFC East, this leaves me. I'm not gonna go on the full on predictions and all that because I look the prediction thing. They always gonna go back and change. If people knew who was gonna win what, they'd be in Vegas. Okay, it's fun to make those predictions. I get it. So I'll throw some out there lightly. Do I like hardcore? No, things can change. So, just like the professionals, right? When they pick a team and that team goes down the toilet and they like, you want to stay with that team? Oh, no, I'm going to ride. And then you're like, well, okay, yeah, okay, I'm going to go with this team now. So, anyway, so in the NFC East, I just ran through all the black quarterbacks. So we got the Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders, right? You'd have to say Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott are two best quarterbacks. So one of those two teams was likely going to win that division. Giants with Daniel Jones, they still believe it in him. But once again, don't believe everything you see in the preseason, which he looked kind of horrible. But, this preseason, none of that counts. None of it. And they did get that receiver, Malik Neighbors, to help him. So we'll see. I just don't think Jane Daniels and them going to rise up and win the division. They ain't going to pull a, as I like to say, a CJ Stroud, take your team as a rookie to the division and win and get a home playoff game. I just don't think that's going to happen. So the Cowboys, Eagles, most likely one of those two teams, or possibly two. We'll see. And here in the North, the Packers, Lions, Bears, Vikings. Once again, based on the quarterback, we got Jordan Love, Jared Goff, Caleb Williams, and Sam Darnold. Okay, so people have been getting Jordan Love a lot of love. It wasn't like that at the beginning of last year. I believed in him from minute one. And what's funny with me with the Packers, three quarterbacks in over 30 plus years: Favre, Rodgers, and now Love. I think that they get it right. So, is Caleb Williams gonna pull what I call if I can get it on CJ Stroud, is he gonna do that? I don't see him leapfrogging the Lions and the Packers. They're both very good teams. Very, very good. And if not for the Lions coach, maybe they would have went to the Super Bowl last year, right? Everybody's he getting in the way of all that talent and how good that team is playing. So two, three teams out of the playoffs, maybe, maybe not there. But I don't think the Vikings are gonna be in that conversation. What's funny with me was Sam Darnold before JJ McCarthy got hurt. They were looking at Sam Darnold as like, when is JJ going to take over? Week 4, 7, 10? So like a placeholder. And then once JJ McCarthy got hurt, it's like, oh, Sam is the man. He can take them where they want to go. All of it, that's the kind of mainstream media talk you get on sports, almost like politics now. You know what I'm saying? They just pivot and like, no, I don't think Sam's going to be bringing up the basement in that division, as far as I'm concerned. Now to the South with Falcons, Bucks, Saints, and Panthers. Once again, Kirk Cousins is the best quarterback in that division. Baker Mayfield, Derek Carr, please. Panthers, Bryce Young. This is what they ain't gonna tell you. They're gonna talk around it. He's too small. I'm 5'10", 10 and a half, maybe 6 feet with cleats, but everybody else taller with cleats too. I weigh myself every day. I eat a good high protein diet. My weight stays between 180 and 185. Okay, I know how to keep myself healthy. Bryce Young, I checked these stats all. He no heavier than 190. I think he came in at 185. Dude, he too small. Okay, period. They're never gonna say that. They're gonna act like he still got a chance. For him, if they win 4 or 5 games, that's an improvement. So Kirk Cousins, I think they're gonna take that division. Okay, out west, we got the Niners, Rams, Seahawks, and Cardinals. Brock Purdy. I saw some headline that maybe I didn't get online. It's very early in the morning here from me, Arizona. I didn't check, but I saw watching all the different channels across the world. I think I was on one that was in the San Francisco area, Bay Area, and they said that Ayuk and them had come to an agreement. So I don't know, but I'll say this, right? Awesome along. I didn't think the 49ers is going to let him go because they know how important. So back and forth about him and Trent Williams, who's more important? Of course, Trent Williams on the line, right? From all the professionals, their record without Trent Williams is worse than without Ayuk. Well, if they didn't have both, but to keep their young quarterback in a positive progressive mode, getting better. They needed Ayuk. I know that Trent Williams, you fill a big hole by blocking and running the ball. So if Trent Williams don't come back, but they got Ayuk, I think Trent Williams, I think he's still holding out, right? As of early this morning, Friday here in Arizona. I think he'll come back at some point during the season, right? Because they're gonna realize how much they need him, so they're gonna figure out how to pay him, right? Based on everything I've read about him, how great he is, and all that. If they don't, but the thing I knew that they weren't gonna let Ayuk go. You need them good pass catchers, baby. It's a passing league this right now, so I don't see Geno or Kyler leapfrogging the Rams or the Niners. And then I saw this video online, right? I live here in Arizona, right? So I can go quickly find anything I want by Kyler Murray real quickly. So I'm watching this video, and I don't know where this dude's out of, but he's talking about how things are going to be different for the Cardinals this year. And I'm like, really? What? Kyler Murray's another one of those guys too short. They're good quarterbacks. He's going to make some noise, some flashes, plays here and there, splash plays. But really, they're not going to win that division, and they're not going to be a wild card. So I'm like, what does this guy see? So, and what's funny to me, Kyler Murray, 2 years ago, he got hurt, and I know he came back late last year, mid-season. And so I didn't pay much attention to why he wasn't playing. But I did read a few articles, and they were like, want to make sure he's healthy. But to me, preseason is that practice time, the glorified practice, to where you get, especially if you got a good young receiver or any good players that comes in, any receiver, you want to get that connection with your quarterback, right? So we're gonna see how that works in week one. And they're on the road. I forget they're on the road. It's gonna be a tough game, man. I didn't look at the schedules prior to my video, but they're on the road in a tough game. So I want to see how that matchup works with him and Marvin Harrison when you need that continuity, you need that connect, that connection, knowing how he's gonna throw the ball on the out route or deep over the shoulder, comeback fade, whatever, based on the coverage. Same thing in New York. They let Aaron Rodgers play. I get it. He's older. You want to make sure he's definitely healthy for the season. But here in Arizona, I didn't understand why Kyler Murray didn't play at all. It just didn't make any sense to me. But hey, professionals they know better. So I'm curious to see how both of these teams fare in week one with their offense. Because the offense is usually ahead of the defenses. Okay? So that's just the NFC. So in the AFC, in the East, you have the Bills, Jets, Dolphins, Patriots. Josh Allen, you could argue best quarterback there. Aaron, or is it Tua? We know it ain't gonna be the Patriots. They're gonna be bringing up the basement, unfortunately, with Jacoby. It is what it is. He's gonna be a backup journeyman. He's just holding the spot till Drake May. So, what kind of season will the Dolphins have? We know they're probably gonna get up to a fast start. The warmer weather, they're gonna be blazing out people. They're gonna be blowing out people, right? They did that last year. I'm curious about the Jets. Everybody is, right? Well, they go up against the 49ers week one, so we're going to see. Because Aaron Rodgers, do we really got a connection with the receivers on that team? I think he play, practice. See, the practice, right? Everybody wants to show these videos of their teams in practice. Guys in shorts or limited pads throwing to wide open receivers with no rush. Everybody looks good. But even in some of these practices, the real games is very, 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 very different. The intensity, the attitude, especially that what these rookies are going to see. So that's a tough one because Josh Allen got a whole new crew. I mean, I'd have to go at this point with stability. I'd have to say the Dolphins might take that division, but it's 2 or 3 to 2. Who knows? We'll see. The North, this Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers. We got Lamar, Joe Burrow, Deshaun Watson, and Russell Wilson. Okay, this is where it get interesting, right? There's a lot of people out there who think Joe Burrow is that guy who could take out Patrick Mahomes. Hey, he beat him once in the, like I said, you can go back and look at it. So I get it. I get it. Lamar, he had his chance, didn't do it last year. But what's funny about Lamar and Joe Burrow, if you look at the head-to-head, there's a great website out there. I think it's head-to-head something. Lamar been beating down on Joe Burrow. So Deshaun, man, y'all got the defense of defenses there. If he just plays solid, good quarterback and don't turn the ball over, make good decisions, they're gonna be hard to beat. Three of those teams out of this division was in the playoffs last year. I don't think that's gonna happen. It was the Ravens, Browns, and Steelers. And of course the Steelers with Russell Wilson. And a lot of people at the professional level, from what I heard, leading up all the talk, is it gonna be Wilson or is it gonna be Justin Fields, is that Russell in his older days is somewhat limited. Justin Fields younger, more athletic right now. So I mean, Mike Tomlin still is going to play you tough, So we'll see. But uh, I'm going with Baltimore in that division. Okay, we'll see who else comes out of there. But I'll take Baltimore. In the South, rookie extraordinaire, no more. Second year guy C.J. Stroud, the Texans, Jaguars, Colts, and Titans. So we got Trevor Lawrence. I watched Trevor Lawrence in the preseason. And boy, he do look good. I mean, he is statuette. He's prototypical quarterback with a smooth throw, delivery. So I mean, I know a lot of people believe in them. Anthony Richardson, second year, only played 5 games, got a lot to prove. He's coming back, eager. Titans gonna be bringing up the basement with Will Levis. Sorry to say. So we'll see if Trevor Lawrence can get back his South crown. But I'll go with the Texans and CJ Stroud. Then, of course, the West. Hey, do we need to talk about that division? The Chiefs, we've been beat down on them. As far as fans, I understand why the Chargers, Broncos, and Raider fans hate Patrick Mahomes. Well, you black, white, you hate him. He even beating the hell out of y'all. So I get it. It's going to happen again this year. Chargers, revamped total. I know it was Jim Harbaugh. Yeah, Jim Harbaugh coming in and revamping team and his image, running team, getting more nice linemen up front. I think they got rid of all their receivers, a whole new staff there. So we'll see. It might take some time to gel. A lot of people obviously got a lot of faith in Justin Herbert. Broncos, they gonna start Bo Nix. My man Sean Payton, he's the quarterback whisperer, right? So we gonna see. Bo Nix gonna get real defense, not that vanilla flake, and see if you can tiptoe through the tulip, you know, with touchdown passes like that, or just hold. We gonna see. Same thing with Jane Daniel. You gonna see. We gonna see people. And then Raiders, of course, Raiders bring up the basement. Okay, they're gonna be one of them teams. That's what you're a Raider fan. Keep your expectations realistic. Okay, Gardner Minshew, and then somebody was on TV talking about how good he is. Yeah, don't get me wrong. These guys, I was at the pro level, are good enough to be in the pros. But come on, man, Gardner Minshew. Y'all think the Raiders? Okay, maybe they are in third because Bo Nix is a rookie. Gardner Minshew he can work some he can work some magic from time to time. This is like so. But anyway, that's it for right now, people. We got I can't count, man. What's today? The 30th. We got like 7, 8 days, for that September 5th, 6th, whatever it is. But the BQF, baby, Black Quarterback Forum, we gonna be here to talk about all the black quarterbacks and everything they do. So I'll get at you. Good luck to you and your team.